And we are on for our overnight weekend to Islander voyage. Can't wait, sun's just rising. Got the winter woolies on, triple layered. Stricky, how you feeling, mate?
Well, I'm feeling cold, but I'm excited. Keen to go dive some new areas, hopefully see some cool things.
Yeah, cool. Road trip! How's that, boys? Blue skies.
Beautiful.
Light westerly, sun peering through the gum trees. Help yourself. All right, good morning, legends. Welcome back to part 2 of our adventures here on the Central Coast. We are in Nelson Bay this morning.
Which is no longer the Central Coast, just so you know.
Oh.
All right, we're in the bit up from the central, where the not so central coast. All right, Adam, where are we? I clearly got no idea.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Nelson Bay. This is not the Central Coast, but it's a lovely place regardless.
It's on the coast.
It is on a coast. And it is central to some regions, so I suppose you could say it's the Central Coast.
Depends who's asking. But yeah, we're in Nelson Bay. She's gorgeous. We got a brisk wind. She's very fresh. We got layers on layers this morning. Stricky, how's the vibes?
Yeah, vibes are cold, but vibes are high. I've found myself drinking a hot drink. I don't drink coffee, but you've got to do something to warm up. But we're about to put the boat in right now. There's not another trailer boat in sight, maybe for good reason, but who cares? We're going out camping overnight, so it's going to be an awesome couple of days.
Can't wait to see where it takes us.
Let's get into it, mate. Good to go, mate. I can't believe he's trusted me at the helm of the Haynes. All aboard, scallywags.
There we go. As long as I don't get me nuts and bolts wet, we're right. So long, mainland, civilization, Nelson. You ready to get explored?
Where are we going today and what's the plan?
We're open to anything at this point of the weekend, as we are honorary members of the coast down here in New South Wales. We're heading to Broughton Island, and we're going camping for the night.
The exciting thing is we know bugger all about Broughton or Broughton or whatever the locals call it.
I can barely say it.
Although, the thing I'm excited about, I think there's grey nurse sharks there, which are big gnarly looking sharks with crazy teeth, so if we can free dive with that, I'm going to be a happy man.
And being the winter, the visibility is meant to be gorgeous, and it's great being in a place that's got completely different geography to back up home in the north. So,
and I'm looking forward to seeing the deepest, best freediver in Australia in action underwater, Adam Freediver Stern.
great to be able to see how it unravels.
Oh, pressure!
She's fresh, she's brisk. What do we see, boys?
Whale!
Whoa! Whales! Big full humpback whale breach. Wow, this place is coming alive.
You can tell when a whale's just passed through, they leave a big footprint. It looks like an oil slick in the water just here. And then it was travelling this way, so I dare say any second now we might see another whale.
Oh, whale just there.
Oh, look! Phew. Wow! We just got our first sight of Broughton Island, which is going to be base camp for tonight, and literally as soon as we pulled in, there was a hammerhead shark on the surface. We'd been here for about 30 seconds and seen our first shark, which is wild. Pretty amazing looking island, check this out.
What's the rock formations on this?
It's totally different to what we get in North Queensland, so it's all pretty well new to us. Your first impression of it, Az?
Mate, stunning, and we've been blessed with a cracker of a day for it. Blue skies, blue oceans, everything just in HD, so man, it's gorgeous.
Okay.
How is this? What? Help yourself! Sitting here, fuck me.
Sunset?
Would be, eh?
Yeah. We've just got the first sight of where we're staying tonight on this little beach here. We've dropped our camping gear off, heading north. I think Seal Rocks is the next spot. We're going to jump in for a free dive, have a bit of a swim there. We're going to head around the corner for about half hour and then it's buddy go time. Into the water we go. Here we are, we've just got our first look at Seal Rocks. There is a notable omission with no seals there today. Apparently they wiped them out back in the day, which is a real shame, but still a beautiful looking area. Have you dove here before, Adam?
No, never dove here before. Dove all around the area, but never this rock.
Okay, looking forward to it?
Yeah, man, heaps keen.
Yes.
I'm heaps keen to find some nurse sharks and just to see what's kicking. This is a marine sanctuary here, so like we won't be spearing anything, so there should be a lot of fish.
Yeah, look but don't touch here. We'll bring the cameras down, hopefully get some cool footage of big fish and maybe some sharks. That's the sort of goal here. Just checking out the water here, and it is a bit green and cold, and for whatever reason it feels sharky. We've been told this is great white country as well, so I'd be pretty happy if we didn't see one of them. As you hoping to see a shark down there, mate?
I love sharks, just quietly, especially when they're not eating you. So we'll hope for the best. Hopefully they've already had brekkie and we're catching them in between breakfast and lunch. So we'll go in there, say good day, have a swim down. And I'm really keen because I haven't been in the water with either of these two fellas for a long time.
Oh yeah, it's been ages.
I did my freediving instructors in Bali with Albie, the captain, and I did my first ever freediving course with the deepest man in Australia himself, Adam, Hammerbone, Stone Stern, deepest man. Can't wait.
And Adam, mate, any freediving tips from the champion himself before we get in there?
When you go under the water, hold your breath.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your breath when freediving.
Arguably the most important.
Yeah, that's quite crucial actually. Mate, that's why you're the best.
Grey nurse sharks are endangered, and Stricky, why, what's going on with the nurse sharks? Why are they endangered?
Mate, endangered. Unfortunately, our ancestors back in the day wiped them out. And the grey nurses, they've got a real slow maternity rate. So one big female will only pup one pup every few years. So that's why, unfortunately, they're still endangered. Back in the day, all these areas was literally littered with grey nurse sharks. And unfortunately, back in the 1800s, we wiped them out, killed them, just to use them for the oil to keep the lanterns lit. So you think about a waste of a beautiful resource. I mean, that's so bad, killing a shark just to use the oil for that. So unfortunately, the numbers are still really, really low, but this is a bit of a hotspot for them.
Tricky!
Man, I haven't dove in water this cold, eh? This is going to be crazy.
It's the first time, it's the thickest wetsuit I've ever been in. I feel like I can't, I'm like,
Wow. See you in there, mate.
Alright, let's do it.
On my first dive down, I peered over the edge into a sandy gutter and saw the unmistakable grins of a couple of big grey nurse sharks. I came back to the surface to let the other boys know.
3 big grey nurses, how cool.
We took a deep breath and couldn't get back down there quick enough. This is the view from my head mount as I moved to the right hand side of the gutter, and I noticed a shark turning slowly around. I knew he was going to swim back straight towards me. So I held my breath as long as I could and waited for him to come towards me. I found myself face to face having a stare off with this epic shark.
Man, how cool is that?
That's nuts.
Wait, that one was like, I was holding onto the wall and his head just came, I was like, oh my God, he's so close. What a dive, that was awesome.
We then spent the next half hour freediving with these gnarly sharks. And there was heaps of other cool marine life to check out as well. All different species to what we get up in North Queensland. But this was the real highlight for me. I made one last dive into the gutter and noticed a shark facing head on towards me. I really descended down to the bottom and was super careful of my movements so I didn't spook the shark. I then lay on the bottom poking my head over this rock, face to face with this grey nurse shark. They're generally a pretty curious animal and he just starts slowly swimming straight towards me. Try and stay relaxed and not make any sudden movements. My eyes were drawn straight at his gnarly teeth as he slowly cruised over the top of me. My eyes then lock onto another shadow coming down the gutter. This time it's Adam Stern filming as he comes through the gutter. I think we both spooked each other here.
That was awesome. Man, I was laying on the bottom and he just came straight over the top of my head. Wow, how cool.
As here, we've just come out of the water. I've just seen my first grey nurse shark. It was incredible. Boys, how'd we go?
We went really well, mate. We jumped in the water, a whole bunch of nurse sharks around, teeth going everywhere. It was epic. It was bigger than I thought too.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, they're passive, they won't bite, but when you're face to face, you're like,
See when he turned on you? That one like gave you a big ooh.
Oh, the one that got me was when I was sitting in front of it, and you can see just ever so slightly just opening its jaw bit by bit.
At the bottom of that gutter on the sand once, and this one just came straight over the top of me. I was like, geez, I can't move now. And he just came straight over my head, like teeth there. It's crazy.
We're gonna keep pressing forward, see if we can find a little bit of seafood for dinner. That's the sky, boys. Look at that. What do you call that, a mackerel-y sky? Yeah, the terrain's just sensational. You can see the different layers of different points in time so clearly. Well, how's this cave coming up? The Bat Cave. Oh.
I was about to slide in the water, and then that thing popped out. It scared the daylights out of me, but it was a dolphin just cruising through. He's up there now, chasing some bait.
Oh, there we are. Pair of them.
With crayfish being the target species, I head to the shallows and start looking under the undercut ledges. And I choose not to wake these Port Jackson and Wobbegong sharks.
I've just heard a bit of commotion from out in the water. They said, throw the camera over here, hey, quick, hey, under this ledge, under this rock. So, I've got a good feeling that they may have found some dinner for tonight. They may have found a crayfish, a lobster. That's them there. They're looking for little slits in the rocks, caves, undercut ledges, up against the coastline here. Only in really shallow water, just a couple of meters deep. But that's all you need to get these crays.
Nice. Yeah. That's a beauty.
Just had him call the boat over and I saw a couple of whiskers getting held out of the water. I think we're on. The captain himself, Albie Tangles. Albie! Oh, how good's that? Look at the colours on it.
First grey.
Good stuff.
Good size one too.
Yep. Good stuff, mate. Got one for dinner. Lobster in the esky. You want to hold up the lobby? Got him there?
You can hold that up. Thanks, Albie. Oh, look, the humble black drummer.
One lobster.
Mate, there's a hell of a lot of urgency in the water. It's the last spot of the day before we press it back to our headquarters for the night. Gentlemen, what are we hoping for in here?
Mate, we've got one black drummer and one lobster, and that is just not enough to feed 4 big boys. So we need another fish or two.
We need some sort of marine specimen.
We need something.
Streaky, how much longer do you reckon you have in you, brother?
Mate, realistically, I've got maybe 7 minutes, maybe 2 dives is all I've got, and I'm freezing my balls off. So we're gonna have to make them count.
Because you still need your balls.
Mate, they're essential.
Someone say
I'm hungry, but I'm not going home ballless.
There you go, Albie. Shot
That's
a nice black drummer.
Yep.
So between the drummer I shot, that one, and the lobster, I think we're pretty sorted.
Yep, we're right.
That's just about all she wrote for day 2 and our first full day here down on the central coast. Mate, stoked with it, north central coast. We're super chilly, but the marine life has just been stellar. We've seen blue groper, grey nurse. Sun's about to set. There were whales breaching when the boys were just in the water. A couple of dolphins came through. Did you see them? Could you hear them?
I heard that. I thought it was the whales though.
The whales came in, the ones that were in this bay over here, came in just behind us, and then dolphins came in between these rocks, and we're probably like 5-6 meters away from you.
I'm thinking back now, I'm like, I heard dolphins in the water, and I just assumed I was hearing whale noises, but I was hearing screeching, not singing, you know? Like,
it's a different dialogue.
Yeah. I don't speak dolphin, I don't speak whale, you know?
Of course, yeah.
All right, see you back at camp.
Oh, what?
Holy shit! Some serious sonar. Oh, humpback whales, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Sunset.
We made it to land and I'm just catching the last of the sunset. Unfortunately, it's on the other side of the island because this is where we're setting up camp for the night down there. There's a little bathroom, which is very nice of them to set up for us. And we'll just pitch a tent down there on that platform, overlooking that bay. We're gonna get a sunrise over there in the morning and then launch back out in the boat and have a swim. It's gonna be a cracker. The highlight for me today was definitely getting to swim with grey nurse sharks again. I used to have a gig actually tagging and researching them for about 4 or 5 years, and that was pretty awesome. I got to dive some of the real hot spots up and down the east coast of Australia. Had some pretty cool intimate encounters with them, but it's been a while actually, so seeing them underwater again today was magic. They're one of my favourite sharks for sure. They look so gnarly with the teeth hanging out, but they're so chilled underwater, really placid. Generally speaking, I've had a few interesting encounters. Generally speaking, they're really chilled underwater. So that was sick. That was really, really cool. We saw a hammerhead on the surface, swam with Port Jacksons and wobbegongs. There seemed to be sharks everywhere today. It was awesome. The boys are just setting up the tent here now. It is getting a little bit chilly, that sunset. How are we going, boys? Is it foolproof or what?
Taj Mahal soon to be.
Jeez, it's massive, isn't it?
Massive.
All right, let's get it going.
This couldn't have ended any better after such an incredible day.
It was pretty bloody good.
Started with a hammerhead swimming on the surface, then grey nurses,
Whales,
then great whites, whales, dolphins, and now best sunset we've seen all day.
And a good feed of fish for dinner as well. How's it going over there, Az?
Slabbing up a bit of this black drummer that we're fortunate enough to have you guys spear today. Gonna chop that up fine and straight into a stir fry on the gas cooker.
Az, this is the first time I've ever gone out on the water with you and you have not speared a fish.
Well look, you know, everyone's got to play a part. Sometimes it's a different part.
As it doesn't get in the water unless it's over 28 degrees.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's serious. It's just the plain fact of it is, it's just too cold down here. I'd much rather, I enjoyed looking at the sunshine and the blue skies than freezing me nuts and bolts off under the water. Veggie, noodles, fresh fish stir fry. Warm meal and a night under the stars. Thank you very much.
How you going, Stricky?
Oh, we've had a massive win here. Captain's absolutely sorted us out, not just on the vessel,
Yeah,
but
he has.
in the kitchen as well. How good.
Man of many talents.
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it and subscribe for part 2, which should be dropping real soon.